Did you call my name?
Yes.
Yes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday and a long and happy life. Happy birthday to you. Woo!
And if you can get, there's a huge storm happening there. A lot of sound from your roof, the rain on the roof, the lightning.
Ah, yeah, your voice is also very difficult to understand for me, right?
Yeah, can't get closer to them. Does that help a little bit?
Not really, but the most I get.
Okay. Let me see if I can do the adjustments in place.
But I know from the camper life when it's raining and I'm in a meeting, it's very, very difficult.
Tell me if that made a difference.
Yes, it's
Okay,
better.
cool.
Yes.
Okay.
I just like to sit a little bit with you, and I'm in a difficult life situation right now, and yeah, and all the thinking about it doesn't help. So and it's so funny. I mean, then singing a happy birthday song and all that stuff is fun. And then somehow it attracts attention. Then I notice, okay, it's just a situation and I know it will pass, but it takes attention again and again. And okay,
It's beautiful though, as you've seen, that thinking about it does not help.
yes,
And so every time your attention goes there and it's trying to help, just bring it back. And
yes.
that's ultimately, that's all that's possible. Because of course it wants to help, but it doesn't. And you check that and you know it.
Yes. Yes. And most easy and simple is when it just sit with you and look
Yes.
in your lovely face. And I mean, I had much more challenging situations. And yeah, but, yeah. And I noticed that the nervous system goes on automatic. It starts to, how to say, tighten, tighten the body.
So usually it has to do with either wanting something to happen or want something not to happen.
Yeah,
So it would be, you can just see where whatever it is, whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
yes, yes, like always.
Like always. And it's trying to avoid it that actually makes the trouble. And it gives some idea that we can control it or that we can do something.
Yeah, I notice I prefer more to be in Canary Islands than now here in Germany, and with all the yeah, I see what's going on,
Yeah.
and it's yeah, how to say, blessing or grace that I know what I know.
You know, you say these old patterns sometimes they come again and again and again, and you just see and you can keep bringing the attention back. So just,
Yeah, and I noticed that this just brings up something what was happening very early in very early. Huh? I couldn't even think about it, and the nerve system does its thing somehow. And then now sitting here speaking, it softens. It looks like you have a scanning glasses. So, and I wonder, what do you notice, or what do you pick up, or do you pick up something, or see something?
yeah, what came across my screen is like it seems like there's a knowing that some action has to happen and a resistance to whatever that action is.
Hmm.
So maybe that be accurate, maybe not. I don't know. That's just the way it
Yes, that's yes,
is.
yes.
And you really know that something doesn't want to go for it. maybe it's true, maybe not. Anyway, that's just what came on my screen. Yeah.
Yes, yes, it hits the point.
I think we all know that, and I've heard that many times in our lives.
Say that again, please. I couldn't hear.
I think we've all been in that circumstance where we know, and like somehow this we don't want to go for it or something.
Mm. Mm.
I certainly know in my own life.
Yeah. Thank you, Isaac.
Oh, Christine.
Hi. I didn't realize it was your birthday. Happy birthday.
One of those things that happens every once in a while.
I raise my hand because I'm feeling a bit like dense in the body.
Sort of what?
I'm feeling a little bit of density in the body, so I raise my hand just to come back.
It's so amazing that when almost all of us, some density or some level of discomfort rises and our attention goes to it.
Mm.
And without realizing it, usually that our attention going there feeds it. And it's like there's an idea that maybe by giving attention to it, will, like something will reveal or you'll be able to bring it to peace or something. But actually, it's much more direct just to be peace without.
It's this, something's been coming up the past few days that I feel like I can't even, like it's an atmosphere. And when I'm trying to observe and stay as the witness, it's like,
Yeah, but you're still being a witness to whatever that is. And it's like, so the invitation is no matter what comes up, if you ask the question, who's aware of it? The answer can only be I am. It cannot be another answer. Okay?
mm,
And then immediately bring attention to the source of I am. Or another way of saying it is just to rest as awareness, not giving attention to the content of awareness. Again and again and again, because it'll trick us. Our attention wants to go to it, wants to figure it out, wants to get somewhere, change something, fix something, with all.
yeah, I feel like I should get rid of it. Otherwise, I'm afraid of taking action or something. I'm gonna go wrong. Oh, okay. It's really like this. something really wants to speak about it, and it's like giving it up. It's hard. I don't know why.
You know, that the simple recognition that who you are already. It's not a question of doing anything to become more you or getting anywhere. That's all confusion.
Yeah. It's funny, like in giving it up with you, it feels easy, but on my own.
I can now you're talking about the past and projecting it into the future, which is again such a easy movement. It's happened thousands of times. But
That's true. Thank you.
great, Angelia, that's the way to wave that I see you. Fantastic. Thank you for making it easy.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Is it today?
Yeah,
Okay.
in Australia. Yeah, it's day behind in Europe.
So you're Scorpio then?
Scorpio, yeah.
Not that it matters, but
Sure.
I have a little question. So the eye has got no problem whatsoever, and I can see that. But, so my question actually is, it's a question coming from the ego. And you know, this ego trip trying to fix, having a notion of what all this is about and really striving for it. How, this is a question coming from the ego. How can I just relax? I mean, everything is going perfect. And the fact that I can't relax makes the ego frown, really. And I can all watch it and see how ridiculous it is, but I can't stop it. This all the ego is talking, but I just wonder,
You know, one way of looking at it, what you're calling the ego is a mechanism,
right?
just a habit, you could say. It's plain. And that habit underneath it is functioning because it doesn't have the information it needs to just rest. It never got that information, never got the information. So it's functioning on an old program, old information that feels like it needs to do something.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so, yeah, so it is, to me, then it's looking at that and going, okay, so what gives that, whatever that is, new information? So for me, I just notice, okay, there's this movement of habit that's playing, that it's trying to help. It's clear when I look at it, I can see, okay, wow, thank you, you're trying to help. And then I can look and see if it actually helps or if it doesn't help. And once I can see that it doesn't help, I can go, okay, thank you for working so hard for all these years. Nothing wrong about it. I see that you really, and who knows, I have no idea where this habit came from, but it's not necessary. It just makes it, all it does is makes it worse, actually. But only every time. It can never work, can never actually help. So once that's clear that it can never help.
It is clear, that's the thing.
Yeah, so you see it, and it's just like stop giving it energy. It's just like stop going with it. Stop. It's just like it's you know, it's like somebody comes to you and they trying to talk you into a new religion or buying something you don't want. You know, you can stand and argue with them, or you can just simply say, I'm not interested.
So I just have to stop identifying with it. I
Just
still
not
identify with
interested.
it.
It's knocking on the door. It's knocking on the door, and something goes, okay, well, what is this? Maybe I need to give it attention, whatever it is. And so there's still some interest in it.
Not
And
some, a
some,
lot.
a lot, yeah. And so at some point, it's just like, okay, it's just not interested in me. Doesn't, you know, it's absolutely, you can dance and try and get my attention, but I'm just not interested. It's like,
So the energy who says I'm not interested, it's still the ego, right?
no, it's just a clear seeing. It's like, you know, how could I say it? It's like,
Because the he doesn't give, I mean, the eye doesn't engage with that. The eye, for the eye, for the
so
I
for
am,
example,
fine.
to use a stupid example, you know, at one point our parents used diapers on us.
Pardon?
Our
I didn't-
parents used diapers on us, you know, so that when we peed and pooped, we didn't make a mess everywhere.
Yeah.
And so somehow there was a learning to recognize the signals of when we needed to pee, when we needed to poop. And slowly we learned that, and we learned to go to the toilet. It was a learning.
I like this example. So it's just opening up to this really
It's like, yeah, just seeing it's not.
getting the moment
Yeah, yeah.
before.
It's just like, yeah. So we're here, and what we have is this moment. And if our attention goes to that old habit, then life doesn't feel good.
But I'm still asking myself, isn't this, even this, if I do this, doesn't also this come from the ego trying not to identify with itself?
So the question is, does it feel good? Does it help in any way? It promises to help, but it's a liar.
Yeah. But
It
what I'm trying to say,
no, look, has it ever helped? Ever, 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 ever.
I think probably.
This has to be absolute. Has it ever actually helped to get caught up in that cycle?
I think in the early days, probably yes.
Okay, then you're stuck with it. I'm sorry. Because there's a belief that it helps. My experience is that what we have is this moment, and when our attention is busy with trying to make it better later, we caught on the, you know, we caught in a, like one of those wheels that rats get into, you know, that goes round and round and goes nowhere. And it works like that every single time. It has never been different. If there's any hope that it's going to help, of course, and it's going to try it again. It's going to try it again. It's going to try. It really has to be 100% sure that it doesn't help.
Yeah. Okay. But does awareness itself is interested that you get aware? Is there interest
No, awareness is aware already. This is just an old information packet, conditioning, you could call it, of that somehow later it'll be better. If only we can just figure this thing out. But it is like it is right here, right now. And this moment, when it's met as the beloved, it's beautiful. When it's met as like, oh, there's a problem I have to solve, then life is a problem.
Thank you so much. Enjoy your birthday.
Thank you, I am.
Keep having birthdays. For
Roland.
Hi, Isaac.
Hey, Roland.
The nerve system is totally in vibration. And there is also some pressure here.
Mm.
It's not so easy to just be present with it.
So it's not being present with it.
Just be present.
It's recognizing that there is already presence.
Yeah. Present
that presence is here.
Yeah.
Whatever these other sensations are, and the interpretations of the sensations, wants to pull our attention. With the promise, pay attention to me.
It's always the same story.
It's the same damn story.
Yeah.
But but the thing is it worth giving attention to it? To me, I haven't found it.
No, but it's
Yeah,
like
so it pulls, it wants to pull.
it's very loud.
Yeah. You know, Pops, you told that story and you've heard me tell it, that it's like you finally meet the beloved and you're in your bedroom and, you know, everything is perfect and she wants you or he or whatever it is that you're into. And you're just getting ready to kiss. And there's a knock on the door. And just from the knock, you can hear it's your ex-partner. And you know, just from the sound of the knock, she wants to fight. And then the question is, do you open the door? So it's it's a funny image, but you know, it's like here we are. Yeah. And it's beautiful that you can speak it and we can be together and we just here enjoying together. And just enjoying while we get to spend this moment together. Whatever that pull is, who cares, really? Not my business, not your business. Whatever produced that pull has to take care of it and let it to that. Whatever it is, it's just you've got another interest. Your interest is with the beloved. That's it. End of story.
Yeah, the bed is shaking a lot.
And then there's a mic on. Let's check your red button. And we're all in the same boat. It's like this is the basic mechanism that plays in all of us. It's not personal. It's just let the system shake. Let it shake, rattle, and roll. You're not busy with it. You're not concerned with it. That's it's going to do what it's going to do. You're just staying with awareness, staying as awareness. You know, in one way, it's like training because at some point we're going to be coming. In one way, it's like a training. It's like a learning because at some point we're going to come to the recognition, oh, this is the last breath. And either we're going to get freaked out or we're going to go, okay.
Take me.
It's okay. How's it now? It's calming down a little bit or getting worse?
Yeah, it's calming down.
Fantastic. Right.
Yeah.
So all is well. All it just is, you could say, even beyond well.
It is as it is.
Yeah.
Or reality is always in peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. Yeah, thanks. Russia. Yes, so you have.
Isaac,
Yes.
I wish you a wonderful Happy New Year. So the cancer cancers, and this can be also very loud. But I'm so thankful last time you told me that Ramana wasn't concerned about this. And I was thinking, why? Why? And then it became clear. I mean, yeah, nothing to do.
For sure, concern doesn't help.
No,
That's clear.
no. And he knew.
Whatever practical you can do, you will do, and
Yes.
the rest is not
Yes.
up to whatever that
Yes.
is. Yeah.
Yes. So it became clear that he knows who he is. So, yeah. Wow. And I can see it more quick when I go in this loop. No interest. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
In that way, a huge gift. A
Yes.
really big gift.
Yes, I can see this. So much gratitude, Arthur. You look so young today. Wow. And you are my age now. Wow. Beautiful. Wow.
Yeah.
Where you?
Say again?
I do not see you in this moment.
Okay, if you can, okay, cool.
Well, moment to try another. Yes. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Amazing story with the ex-partner who's knocking. Wow.
So such a beautiful invitation just to stay with the beloved, yeah. Stay as peace, stay as love.
And the beloved is consciousness, which is right here, right now.
Exactly. And it's where what else can it be? You know, you can get poetic and saying being caressed by totality, by, or whatever, you know, immersed in the divine. Yeah, whatever words, they just words pointing at drowning, drowning in love, drowning as love, being.
And this love is there.
This is a movement away.
It's so far away. The knocking expert. Oh, so later I will drive to meet Gaia Satsang. I look very much forward. And it's so great, these meetings. Yeah. On the point.
Thanks, Ricky.
Thank you so much.
Louise. And then after Louise, and then after Abha. Abha, okay, if I said that right. First Louise.
Hello, Isaac.
Hi, Abba, you'll be after Louise. So first Louise and then you. No worries. Louise.
Happy birthday, Isaac.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Abra, how do I say your name?
Yeah, that's correct. Abra.
Abra. Okay. Thank you.
Hmm. It's the first time that I'm in one of your satsangs. I've been with Vishrant for a couple of for quite some time already. You know Vishrant? And yeah, he gave me this name Prem Abba, and yeah, I'm a bit confused because I feel like recently there's a lot of stuff happening with Vishrant that I don't find so nice. Yeah.
I think you can trust that.
So yeah, because I know that he woke up in your presence, or at least I don't know.
That's what he claims.
Yes. I wanted to talk to you. Thought maybe that might be a good idea.
Look, what's your given name?
Prem Abba.
No, your
Oh,
given name.
Tom.
Tom.
Tom. Yes.
Tom, this is such a simple love affair. It's not about getting anywhere. It's not about who you already are. It's just about a simple recognition. It's not about making claims about waking up, about anything. It's just about a recognition that awareness is your nature and has always been. The personality, the habits of personality and of attention, they come from conditioning, old trauma. They have nothing to do with you. You don't have to fix them, you don't have to change them. You don't need a teaching, you don't need a teacher.
But it seems so hard to be able to recognize this. It's like it seems far away.
Yet, and yet, it's like, here you are. And we can take a moment. And we can notice breathing is happening. And commonly we speak, I'm breathing, but if you look, breathing is just happening by itself. We can notice that there's a bodying activity happening. And we often say that this is my body, but actually it's just an activity going on by itself. Trillions of cells all doing a dance that we could never orchestrate. It's way beyond our capacity to orchestrate that. We say, we notice thinking happening, and we say, oh, I'm thinking, but actually, if you look, you'll see thinking just happens. Nobody's doing it. And it's all happening in awareness, you could say. That awareness is here, but we can't say what it is or where it is. But we can't deny that it's here. we can notice that a sense of I arises. And every night when we go to sleep, in deep sleep, it's gone. So the sense of I can't be who we are. It's kind of like you could say a bunch of different habits that do their dance. And make it seem like there's me that's separate from totality. That sense of I is not real. Can feel very real at times, but it's just that we can see it. It just comes and it goes. Yeah. So this awareness, what needs to be done for this awareness to be here? It's not a doing, it just is.
Didn't you do something to realize that?
It's a reasonable question. But, it's like the me that thought it was doing something doesn't exist.
Mm.
This awareness, it doesn't matter what experience is on the screen. It's not measured by experience. It's beyond experience, actually. And all experience appears in it. And experience, just like a TV, If you buy a brand new TV and you take it home and you turn it on and you don't like the program that comes on, you take the TV back to the store and say, no, this TV, I don't like this TV for the program. They will be crazy. Yeah? They tell you just change the channel. Well, if you like the look of the TV, just turn off the TV and just look at the TV.
It's very, it feels very freeing to just know that I'm only awareness and that there's actually nothing that can get hurt, or only the ego can get hurt.
So okay, so let's slow that down for a second. We know that hurt can happen, yeah? We've all experienced it. Hurt can happen. So then we can look and see what is it that gets hurt? Who is it that gets hurt? What we know is that a feeling comes up. But what actually got hurt? An idea, position, not getting what we want. What got hurt?
Only something that can come and go, maybe.
Yeah, something that comes and goes. So then how real is the hurt? Even the hurt comes and goes. There's a lot of confusion around hurt, you know, it's like, for example, hurt happens and oftentimes it touches like really old information, and so it projects, oh, you hurt me. But if it goes in that direction, we've just given our power away or our happiness into someone else's hands. Not such a great idea. If it projects, oh, there's something wrong with me, that's why I feel hurt, then again, now like the whole intelligence has to try and fix up and try and heal what was hurt. But if we realize hurt just happened, all it's showing is where there was some idea or some wanting or some needing that was going on underneath the surface, some automatic unconscious functioning, then it's just an opportunity for that to be seen. It doesn't belong to anybody. It actually benefits all beings just to see it. Then it's not a problem. Hurt can come and wait. Welcome. Then there's not a lot of energy spent in trying to avoid getting hurt or trying to avoid hurt, so-called hurting others as if there are others. In Vishrant's mind, he means well, but there's confusion, that's all. And so it's good to discern, I think.
Also, one question. I have one more question.
No problem.
Probably also more, but for today. When you realize that there's just awareness, the mind doesn't disappear, no? Or like the mind will still be there.
So okay, so there's no you that realizes that.
Yes.
And what we call mind is thought. No thought, no mind. There is no objective object called the mind. It's just thinking. That's all it is. So you can look up in the ancient traditions, they said there were different samadhis. The highest natural state is considered to be sahaja samadhi, which is not thoughtless. There's thoughts come, but nothing, there's no grabbing onto them, that's all. You know, if we look, what is a thought actually? Just a movement. You know, thinking is a beautiful capacity. It's a capacity to solve problems. It's, you know, we can figure out how to do things, make computers, you know, build a house, whatever, bake a cake. So it's a very useful tool. So, you know, like we have many different tools that are useful. Like, you know, if you ever get a flat tire, you need that spanner to loosen the nuts on the wheel, right? To change the wheel. But that tool is not very good for building a house or fixing a computer. It's a very specialized tool, it's good for that. Yeah? So thinking is a useful tool, but just to see what it's good for and what it's not good for. To be, we don't need to think.
No.
If
So even
thinking shows up, usually it's just because there's, you know, like I need to eat in a little while. What's in the fridge? What I feel like eating? Where am I gonna? It's like it's a fantastic tool, you know. It's like, okay, good.
so even the greatest masters, like I don't know, let's say Ramana Maharshi, or I don't know, they also use the mind sometimes, or like think sometimes.
Of course.
Because they use it as a tool.
It's just a tool. They realize they're not the thinker. You can do a simple little experiment here if you like. Okay. For 2 minutes, don't have a single thought. And you'll see thinking happens. And then the question is, who's thinking? Somehow it happens by itself.
Mm.
The error is thinking that I'm thinking. But really thinking just happens. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Yeah. And just, you know, on your own, you just use your discernment. If there's something that doesn't feel, just like with anything, you know, like maybe for a certain period of time you were eating a certain food that you were told was good for you, but you notice your belly doesn't feel good with it. So you're just starting to discern. You go and you see, okay, look what's happening there with fish hunt. It doesn't smell right. It doesn't feel right anymore. So you use your discernment. That's all. Don't have to make anybody wrong. You just see, okay, this maybe was useful for me for a time and now it's not, or whatever. Maybe you still find it useful. You'll see for yourself. Nobody can tell you.
Thank you.
Yeah, cool. Sebastian. Hey.
Hey, Isaac. So lovely to see you again.
Thank you. The deep question, what's you? What's me?
Oh yes. Somehow it's beginning to be a bit funny.
It is.
I don't know why, but maybe because it feels so freeing. Just no, it doesn't even feel freeing. It's more. I don't know. It's more
There's no way to describe, you know, because it's so beyond description.
Oh yeah. I mean, just before in my life, and I've been doing a lot of things, but these days I just love just to sit.
You know, it's like this bodying activity, trillions of cells dancing. Every atom in creation is all dancing. It's all energy moving, you know, it's like the whole galaxy's all just, and yet you go right down into it, there's nothing going on. It's nothing.
It's like
So maybe an activity happens and the house gets built or a meal gets cooked or whatever, but it's like life living itself.
thank you.
Prem Shanti. Hi, Prem. You
Hello.
would like to be called Shanti or Prem or
You can call me Shanti or Katie. Hi. So this is my third satsang, and happy birthday, Isaac.
thank you.
Um, I am also one of the sannyasins like Abba, and there are two others here right now who have left him. Yes, it's been quite a schism. I actually wrote to you on Messenger, but you haven't read it. But that's possibly because we're not friends on Facebook, so it was probably put down low. But I realized you have an email address as well, so I could
Yes, please send it.
contact you there.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you for the satsangs. It's nice that we're all here.
Yeah, you know, it's like we have this interest arose in us, and it just wants to rest as love, as peace, as beauty. It's simple, actually. And then we have, you know, we have all conditioning and old trauma and all that stuff, and then, but it's not personal to us. Doesn't mean anything about us. You know, it's just okay, cool, and we can start to discern and see things. There are very easy ways of allowing it to integrate and without a whole lot of fuss.
That's what I was going to ask you. How can I make the most of my time with you? And I really enjoy stillness and silence. That's not something that's possible over with Vishrant, that's for sure. It's all talk and drama.
Yeah, so we're here now. And just check and see if this is true. All that we have in this moment to give each other or to give life or to give everything is our attention. First, just check and see if that's true, if that resonates with your own knowing, with your own. So, where our attention is and how it's there determines our sense of self and our sense of the universe that we're inhabiting.
Mhm.
But our attention has been conditioned, like highly conditioned from very young.
Mhm.
So it has certain habits. And as a result of those habits, we formulated a certain impression of who we are and a certain impression of what life is. And because those habits are so close in, so familiar, they often don't appear on our radar. We just don't see them.
Mhm.
They're not wrong, they're not bad. Almost all of us have been received conditioning from our families, from our culture, from everything.
School.
Yeah, a lot.
Mhm.
So, it's like, okay, so we're here. So once what I notice is when we simply just rest, we have no agenda, we're just here, okay. Just interested, you could say, in meeting this moment beautifully, bringing our attention here in a way that feels good to give and feels good also to, like, the quality of attention that you receive from me, what looks like me, it either nurtures and feels good or in some way it troubles, you could say like that. So for example, if how most of us have been conditioned is we see everything as objects. So we say a tree, and I'm here and the tree's over there, so that's trees outside. But if we look a little closer, we can see actually what we call a tree, seeing doesn't happen outside of me, it happens in awareness. And the tree itself, it's more accurate to say treeing because it's a verb, it's changing every minute, and it's actually appearing in awareness in me. And so what I call you actually is a seeing, like some light, I could say like that. And then there's there's no smell involved here, but there's an energetic feeling, you could say, that we feel each other. And so, but none of that is actually you, because most of all that will get interpreted through conditioning and all that stuff. But there's a presence, there's something that's aware, or there is awareness. And there's awareness aware of that awareness.
Yes.
And that's, that's not, you don't have to get to it, or that's not something that you can gain. It's just a recognition. It's just, okay, yes, there is awareness. It's here. In that awareness, through the senses, we perceive time, matter, energy, space. It's just information, actually. That our senses pick up a thin little layer of it, that's all. And usually that is interpreted through our conditioning and our trauma, and we end up with perception that seems to be real, but actually isn't. It's a waking dream.
Okay, so resting in awareness, in your presence.
Resting as awareness.
As awareness.
Yeah, that's it. And then just allowing whatever wants to show in that. Because things will show. When we're resting without an agenda, then we see habits that normally escape our attention, that's all. And, it's like, it's not that we're looking for anything or trying to see anything. It's just allowing whatever wants to reveal. It's really, it's a non-doing. It's just a resting.
Yeah, and often that intense love comes up when I'm resting as awareness.
Yeah, and that love is unconditional. It's everywhere. It's not. That's the beauty of it. It's not like I love you and I don't love you. It's just okay. It's just love, and it's just flowing. Yeah.
Good. Thank you very much.
No, you're so welcome. Good to meet you.
Yes, and you.
Hmm.
Did you call my name?
I did.
I didn't hear.
Okay.
Just an E, I heard.
Okay.
Sorry for Friday. I blocked out. It
No,
was
no, no worries.
no. I would like to try something.
Okay.
This. Ah. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Bettina. Are you in your new place? Is that your old place or your new place?
No, it's my old place. I have to move in the next 3 months, so a lot work is coming.
Okay. Good. Okay, beloved. Thank you, Bettina, for hosting. Thank you for all the beautiful birthday wishes and just your presence. Love, peace, beauty.